Ladies at the Chris Brown meet and greets are insane. Like, this is one of those situations I have to comment on because when I saw what was going down, it was one of those where I forget what my gender actually does in this world and the craziness that goes on amongst us ladies. So, I want to talk about it because Chris Brown, charges like I think it's $1,000 for his meet and greet, which is not that surprising because he's Chris Brown. He has made music for a long time. A lot of women in particular are absolutely in love. I was always a fan of Chris Brown since I was young because I related to a lot of his songs, not the popular ones, obviously the unreleased ones, because he used to just he would like leak his own actual songs he wanted to do whilst obviously officially releasing all the like Hollywood ones, right? So I always relate to his music. People always thought I was into him, like I was attracted to him, but he's not my type. Anybody that knows me well enough knows he's so far away from my type of anything. But I always respected him because I thought he's so talented. And like I said, I relate to a lot of his music. And so it's just crazy to see where we're at in 2025 with the situation because like I don't really listen to him anymore because I don't really listen to, he's all very industry-fied at the minute. And also it's just not, I don't really listen to anyone in Hollywood for that matter, really. Like the main people that people know. A lot of the musicians I listen to are kind of not really very known. Anyway, not important. When I saw that what these girls were doing, right? And it all came because I was watching a podcast, right? And on there, the guys are talking about how the types of things that girls ask them to do at the meet and greets, like the types of poses. And then they were like, oh, we're getting the Chris Brown treatment. So I was like, what the heck are they talking about? So then I Googled Chris Brown meet and greet, or I searched it on YouTube. And my goodness, these girls are thirsty, dehydrated. I was like, ain't no way. Like, they're getting him to do all these poses. Because I'm also like trying to think to myself, how do I now go up to a celebrity like Chris Brown, right? Or anyone really for that matter, and just stand there and say, can you please put me in this position so that I could do this photo? Can you the things, I'm not going to tell you guys, I'm not going to get into the details, okay? Because I already feel like I say just too much as it stands on the channel. But anyways, use your imagination. People were living out their fantasies is all I can say. And the thing that wasn't even crazy about it wasn't even the craziest part of it. The craziest part of it is how many of these girls were in relationships and had gotten knowingly, purposefully, and like in their mind, innocently gotten into arguments with their partners for either the amount they were spending to get the meet and greet, the type of pictures that they wanted to take. There was one picture that was just like the saddest thing I ever saw in my life, where like Chris Brown is like sitting essentially, and there's this girl standing with like her arm like around his neck or whatever, and like kind of posing with him. And then he has his hand, because bearing in mind, the guys on the podcast I was watching, they were saying that they know that Chris Brown is not doing this himself. He knows he's just doing what he's being asked to do, which I believe he's that kind of person that would, because again, the thing about, dancing and things, like people get touchy-feely and it's not really the same as how other people see it. Something I had to learn later in life, like, because if you're used to using your body amongst other people, especially in a dance sense, it's not like, I don't know. I think like dancers are like the least hypersexual people out there because you're just used to touching people. Like, as if that makes sense. So it's not like a big thing. You're used to like being around the opposite sex as well. So I feel like it's the least like, anyway. So I can envision how Chris Brown is just like, oh, for the photos, like it's not a big deal, you know what I mean? But obviously if you're the guy, because like in this one, he had his leg like, so she's wearing like a really, really short skirt, right? And he's got his hand wrapped around her thigh, and I was just like, and the boyfriend or whatever is just standing there on the side, like with his hands in his pockets, kind of looking like he's trying to be okay with this, and she's like posing with him like she's like in her photo shoot, like to be like it's about to be their album cover for like their joint album or something. And it was just like so awkward. Like I couldn't believe that this is how like good women were doing this. And then like apparently there's people that got into arguments in their relationships, and I'm just like, where are we? Like, this is why I think when people are all like talking in the world about how, being in love and like being in relationships, I think it's all a scam, because I'm like, that's a scam. Ain't no way you want to let another man touch your body like that if you actually love the person you're with. Like, this is why I just don't think the standard of love that I feel like is the Lord's exists here. That's why I always say love don't live here anymore. So, when people are like, oh, you should be more kind, there's good things in the world. I'm like, yeah, maybe, but look at this, look at these things. Because again, it's Chris Brown, you don't know him, you don't know his character. Like, this is my whole thing, again, with celebrity crushes. I don't have a celebrity crush. I have a real man crush of a man that I actually know. There's that. I don't have a celebrity crush because I don't know these people. If all I've seen is their face or their body or whatever, so what? They could be horrible people behind closed doors. Like, I feel like character above all else. But obviously that's a lost art form I've found in this day and age. This is why I don't even believe in dating, because people don't even want to get to know people anymore. It's just about all the superficial things. And like, this is just another one of those examples where I'm like, you really like are gonna like, what in your brain as a woman says like, I don't even think I would go to a Chris Brown concert if I was in a relationship. I would go to one now though, like, but it would have to be maybe for free. I don't think I would go to one if I was in a relationship. Just don't think I would. I wouldn't want to. Why am I spending all this money on this guy? Unless we're going to go together because we're both really into his music. I don't know. It's not one of them. I'm going to go with my girlies and be acting thirsty in the crowd and like shaking my cleavage and like throwing my bra on stage and stuff like that, or asking him to kiss me on the whatevers and all of that. Because that's the other thing. I'm also like, I don't want to be anywhere near a lot of these celebrities because these people be around with each other and everyone, and they're all, I don't know what's going on. I remember there was that whole thing of that girl who died from getting herpes from flipping, what's his name? Not herpes, HIV from flipping Nick Cannon, I swear. The girl who was looking like a baddie one day and the next thing she was looking like Schmeagol. So I was like, yeesh, it wasn't like good for her. So I'm already just not even interested in from that standpoint. And also I just think it's all a bit fake. You know what I'm saying? I don't like this whole Hollywood thing. It's not my cup of tea. It never has been. So to me, I'm just looking at this and I'm just like, there's actually people like, and I'm seeing the photos. Like one girl did a video and she was like, my man is upset with me and he did this because I wanted to take photos of Chris Brown and this. And when I say they're taking photos, these photos are scandalous. They are scandalous. Like, you should not be like, look, guys, I'm not the most well-behaved of all the children of the Lord, okay? I've said that before. Then again, I feel like I'm just being more honest and I'm probably better than a lot of people. It's just that I'm the only one saying things out loud. That's what I really think, if you ask me. But anyway, I would, oh my gosh, I couldn't do it. Even now I wouldn't. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, this is just, but then like, and then like, you're actually asking, like, you're knowingly asking for this. And then what? You're going to make it your phone wallpaper. You're just going to be sitting there with your babes, like, just doing whatever you're doing. And then your phone's going to ring and you guys are going to be sitting there having a lovey-dovey time, Netflix and chilling. And then your phone goes off and then there's a picture of you and Chris Brown on your phone. Like, I just like you're going onto your Instagram, people are going to find you. And then there's pictures of your man. And then there's you all bent over onto the ground with Chris Brown Chris Brown holding you at the neck, Chris Brown looking like he's kissing you, he's about to kiss you. Like, I was just like, wow. Like, because these are the times where like I actually feel so much better about being myself a little bit, because I give myself a hard time and then I realize, oh my gosh, I could be so delusional like that, and thank God I'm not, because like, wow, that's a certain degree of delusion and just selfishness and just like stupidity. Like, I do not want to even associate with that kind of way of thinking. I don't even want to, it makes me, but these women make me feel embarrassed to have a womb. Like, how will you carry yourself? Excluding the men out of the picture altogether. Like, forget the men of it all, right? Whether it's your partner, whether it's Chris, whatever. Imagine that kind of behavior of a man you never met. And you're out here acting thirsty and you're that enslaved and that, like, it's just disgusting. And for what? For attention. That's just disgusting. Like, I respect him because, hey, look, for $1,000, he's making $1,000 per one of these photos. Excuse me. And then we wonder why you'll be the one complaining about the price of eggs and you and your man will be arguing about what that's happening and blah, 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 because you can't afford this, that, and the other. And you're trying to buy a house, you're trying to do this, you're complaining about the economy. Meanwhile, this guy's getting $1,000. And all he's got to do is bend over somebody else's girl or do this or hold her like this and do this, that, and the other. That's crazy work. For him, it makes sense. That's what I'm saying. It's us as the people, when we act to do these dumb things, the only people that lose out is us, because the other people, everybody else has something to gain. He's at least getting rich. He's at least furthering himself. Because again, now that you've seen that, you're going to want to see it again. You're going to want to feel it again. You're going to keep that photo all the time, and it's going to keep you listening to his music. It's going to want you to go to another concert. It's going to make you want to have a whole collection. It's going to make you want to buy all the merch. It's going to make you want to everything. Chris Brown signed my t-shirts. Chris Brown signed my tits. Chris Brown signed my thighs. Like, this is what the girls are doing. So it's like, okay. Like, and even just throwing their underwear on stage, like, oh my gosh, like, guys, whoa, I don't know, but you know, it's crazy. And then the thing is, because I was looking at some of this stuff on TikTok, and TikTok is a different place. So the thing that shocks me about going in the comment section is how many people are like supporting this stuff, like, as well. Like, yes, oh my gosh, yeah, like, bro, this is why I want to stay away from people. This is why I want to keep to myself, because I'm so scared. I'm so scared of accidentally allowing people in my life to give me bad advice. Oh Lord, especially as a woman, because we just like to say certain things. Oh Lord, yeah, go on, queen, go off, queen, go do this, and I don't want to hear none of that. I do not want to be championed in my treachery and in my degeneracy. respectfully. So yeah, I just thought I had to chime in on that because I couldn't believe it. Like, it's one of those, I knew that probably some people would maybe, like ask him to like kiss their cheek or something, I don't know. But you guys, just every now and then I'm reminded that I'm more innocent than I sometimes think that I am, and like the world hasn't completely destroyed me yet, because I don't think about these things until I saw this. And then I saw it, and then it was the way that he's like holding women like by their cheeks and things, and like they full blown like married women in relationships. It's just so disrespectful to the person you're with, and it's also disrespectful to yourself. Chris Brown doesn't know you from nothing. He doesn't know your name. He doesn't know nothing about you. He's not going to remember you. He's about to do this. He's about to grab all these other cheeks that whole day. That's what I'm saying. We make your life easy for these men. You think he's having a hard time? It's like Jacob in the Bible. It's like Rachel and Leah fighting over him. You take my servant, you take my servant. He's like, oh no, all these women are a hard time for Jacob, right? Poor Jacob. I love these stories. I just think it's funny. It's funny to observe because I'm not somebody that really cares that deep. Like, I don't take this stuff to heart. Like, do whatever you want to do. I think life's a game of play to win, and everybody's playing the game that they're playing. But it's just like, this is a dumb game. It's actually embarrassing because, wow, okay, you got one photo. You're going to throw away a whole relationship. Anyways, the fact that you're already like that, this is why I don't believe in relationships, because always the people that shouldn't be in relationships that want to be in relationships. It's always the people that shouldn't be in relationships are always the ones who are rushing to be in relationships, and the ones who should be in relationships don't want to be in relationships. The same thing with kids. It's all the people that should be having kids who don't want to have kids. And it's always the people who think that they're going to be the best parent ever and that's all that they can think about, who end up being, a lot of times, being the worst parents. So, you know what I'm saying? It's just so funny how the world is just backwards like that. But anyways, you guys, I just thought I would chime in on that one. I've got to go now anyways, because if life's a game, it's played to win. Had to throw in my 2 cents because I just couldn't believe, like, even just to value yourself, like, just please value yourself, like, as a woman. Why are you proud to tell to the world that Chris Brown was doing this and that with you? That's so pathetic. And it's not nice. And also, it's not going to attract the kind of guy you want, because what guy is going to now go and see you on the internet, see you with Chris Brown, good guy? What good guy is going to see you with all this stuff and go, oh, this girl who's got 100,000 likes, or this girl who's got 100, all her friends in the comments shouting her out for Chris Brown. Yep. Chris Brown's grabbing on those cheeks and I'm going to be the next one in line. Like, let's be honest, guys. Let's be so for real. Like I'm not in favor of the patriarchy per se. I feel like they've overplayed their hand and they're paying the consequences, which is why a lot of men are, like a lot of women hate men these days. And I'm like, I don't hate men. I love them very much. But I do think they're paying the consequences for overdoing the power that they have in history in general. But at the same time, it's like, come on now, guys, let's be so freaking for real, because then you'll be the same women who I hear saying things like, oh, there's no good guys. There's no good guys out there. There's no good guys. And I've met so many good guys. I meet good guys all the time. In fact, I would argue 80% of the men that I meet or who approach me, whether it's in person or sliding my DMs, are good guys. You know what I'm saying? And so like, where maybe there's something you're doing. You know what I mean? Because I'm not even trying. I'm not even trying to look like, I'm not even the good girl. I'm not even looking like a good girl. But like maybe there's something you're doing. Maybe it's these little things. Like, because like if I was a guy and I see, and then again, the thing is, because I'm a woman, it wouldn't really bother me that much. Like, if I saw a guy posing with if he was doing it in a sexual way, I'd find that really cringy, actually. That wouldn't run. But anyways, no one's going to want to see you, like, all looking all thirsty and whatever with Chris Brown for the whole wide internet. And they'd be like, oh, you know what? That girl, the one that's got Chris Brown's lips is probably on I don't know how many different women. Yeah, that's my wife right there. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's be realistic. And I'm not even the one this is the thing, I'm giving you guys advice. I'm not even the one trying to be married or have kids. But I'm the one who's actually seeing these things more clearly for what they really are than some of you. And then you'll be like, oh, why was he being misunderstanding? Like, you look dumb. Even without the guy you're with, you look dumb and you look stupid. You look pathetic and you look like a little slave, right? And Chris Brown doesn't know your name. Chris Brown isn't doing nothing with you. I'm just saying, and I don't mean that in a rude way. I'm just saying, like, you're like, and then again, some of these situations for a lot of these guys, I'm like, you know what? I'm happy for them. I hope they can see that they wake up to the type of women they're with. And this is what I think is so interesting, again, when it comes to dating and men and women, that men, even a man said this to me the other day, because I've been thinking it in the back of my head, that men love the wrong women. They love falling in love with the wrong woman. It's crazy. It's like a weakness of men in general. And I feel like it's because it's those women who are trying so hard to make themselves seem like everything you want and do this and do this and do this. And they're doing all this. And then they capture your attention. And then the ones who aren't doing too much, who are actually the genuine ones, don't get any attention. And that's what I think that happens. And I'm not saying this in a hater standpoint, because I've said many a times, I'm not shy of male attention. Like, it's just a part of my day-to-day living. And it's very consistent. So, like, I'm not saying this because, oh my gosh, I feel left out. In fact, I wish they would leave me alone, if anything. So I'm just saying, I'm calling it for what it is. Okay, somebody got to say it. And I wanted to say it as a woman because, yeah, it's crazy. And yeah, some of these guys, I'm not going to lie, they're not real men. If you would like some of them, I'm like, you read that guy stood in that photo? Nah. Ain't no way. With Chris Brown's got his leg around your woman's thigh like this. Nah. Nah. And that's probably why those girls came to you anyway, because they knew you'd be easy to just, anyway, I'm going to leave that there. If life's a game, it's made to win. God bless you. God loves you. I love you. Don't forget what I say, guys. Women are either angels or witches. There's no in between. You're either with an angel or you're with a witch. I try to remind you guys all the time. Anyways, the deception of femininity. God loves you. I love you. And I'll see you in my next one.